Just a quick disclaimer, this video is originally planned to be uploaded before the new year, but had to be delayed due to the workload it took to finish. So, some of the information may be a little inaccurate. Anyways, enjoy the video. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing something a little different. It is, well, New Year's Eve. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that we are literally at the end of 2024. I feel like out of all the years of my life, this year went by insanely fast. I mean, I don't know why, I don't know how, but my goodness, I remember this year like it went like that. It was crazy. But we're gonna be doing something a little bit different and something that I may actually do in the near future. I'm gonna be doing a year in review. So we're gonna talk about the entirety of 2024 of this year on YouTube. This is my almost 4th year on YouTube. I've been doing YouTube since March 4th of 2021. I can't believe it, dude. I cannot believe that I have done YouTube for that long. I don't know how I've survived. I don't know what happened. I don't know how we're here, but I have to say, by the grace of God, God has given me this opportunity to be here with you guys, and I seriously cannot believe it. It's been a crazy road, but we're gonna go ahead and get started and talk about 2024. So the start of 2024 was actually a very, very rough time. So the end of 2023, my last stream was on December 19th of 2023. And that was the last piece of content that I uploaded until January. So I'm not obviously gonna tell you what happened, but something happened basically where I had to stop doing YouTube. I could no longer stream on there. I could no longer post content just because it was too chaotic. I just couldn't handle it with all the stuff that was going on. So I went ahead and just said, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing YouTube for right now. I'm gonna take a break. I did end up going over and streaming on Twitch, which I do still stream on Twitch every once in a while, of course, but I mainly do YouTube, and I had to stop doing YouTube for the longest, for a couple months, just because of all the craziness that was happening. But I did actually end up posting a couple videos during that time, like I said. So let's see. So my first video that I published since this last stream I did was January 20th of 2024. And actually, crazy enough, this was actually one of my most performing videos, best performing videos out of every single one. This was the second part to a Mario Bros DS ROM hack that I did that recreated Mario Bros U on the DS. And I actually posted a video at the end of the year, which was December 20th, 2023. That video was, it was okay. I feel like I could have done a lot better, but this video ended up netting over 2,000 views in the time since then. It's pretty crazy. I actually streamed that ROM hack over on Twitch and I made a YouTube video out of it. And honestly, it was pretty good. I really did enjoy making that video. And then a week later, I also decided to do something a little bit different that I don't normally do. I went back to one of my old live streams. I don't remember exactly when it was. I can go ahead and check. Let me see. When was that? So I actually went back to a stream on August 2nd of last year. So August 2nd, 2023, I went ahead and took a clip from that, or I took a set of that stream and edit it down to another video, because I was like, you know what, that was a really cool challenge idea. I basically tried to beat Mario Bros. Wii, but I had to carry Luigi the entire time. So the video was like, oh, can Luigi win by doing absolutely nothing? You guys have probably seen that trend many times. So we did that, and that video actually now has over 1,000 views. Again, pretty insane. I didn't ever really expect that, and honestly, it was a really good start to come back. So I didn't actually come back to streaming though until February of that year, of this year, I should say, because that's the year we're in. So I actually ended up, before I went back to my first stream, I actually posted one more video, which was me doing a 3-game randomizer. So I played Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 3, and Super Mario World, but I had to try to beat them all while they switch between each other like crazy. It was pretty fun, but that video did okay. But honestly, that's besides the point. The main thing is I actually came back to YouTube on February 12th of 2024. Now, there was a very specific reason why I came back. So if you guys know, obviously most streams you stream in a 16:9 format like this video is, but YouTube actually added a new thing at the beginning of this year called vertical live streaming, or shorts live streaming. So the idea is that if you put yourself in a vertical format, you're going to be actually more discoverable than you were if you were on a regular live stream. So I was like, you know what? I wanted to come back to YouTube at some point. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Why not do it? So February 12th, 2024, I came back to streaming, and that stream did pretty darn well. 1.3 thousand views was not normal. I usually would, before that, would get around 200, 300, 400 views. That got me 1.3K. And at the time I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a crazy new thing that we did. So I decided, you know what, that's really cool. And I got a lot of people from it. I feel like a lot of people really, you know, were kind of like iffy about it, but I was like, this is pretty cool. Then I did it again the next day. I actually went and streamed Kirby and it flopped. I was just like, you know what? I can see that this thing is not very consistent. I did it a few more times and I was just like, you know what? It's okay. Like, it's pretty cool, but it is kind of a weird thing. It's kind of like, oh, they sometimes do well, sometimes don't. So yeah, I kind of just went back and forth with a lot of things I was doing, trying to get back into the swing of YouTube, because again, I hadn't been streaming on YouTube for a couple months. So I came back and was doing a couple things. I actually did something that I'll just say I regret. I don't know why I decided that this was a good idea. As you guys know, this is a mainly Nintendo / Mario focused channel. A lot of the stuff that I do is based on Nintendo and based on Mario, but I went ahead and decided to stream a game that I just got for free somehow. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stream Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. Which, by the way, Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair is actually a really good game. I do highly recommend if you're into Donkey Kong. It is a very fun game. But I decided to stream that in the smack dab middle of the day one day, and I'll just say it didn't go very well. Honestly, barely anyone was there. I was just like, you know what? Scratch that. We're going to stick to Nintendo. So for a while, I don't want to obviously, highlight everything, because then I'm going to be here. This is going to be like a 40-minute video. But I also did Bowser's Fury. That was really fun. I did that in the shorts feed as well. That was super fun. I love Bowser's Fury. Amazing game. And then on March 4th, 2024, I actually celebrated my 3-year channel anniversary, which this stream was pretty insane. I did a giveaway as well, which, funny enough, I actually ended up doing 2 giveaways because I made a mistake in one thing. But that stream is pretty insane. I played Mario Maker, of course. You guys know, if you guys have been around the channel for a while, Mario Maker 2 is the game that started my entire channel. And yeah, it's pretty insane. That stream went really well, but yeah, that stream is pretty insane. I don't really have much to say about that one. I feel like I started, like, Yoshi's Island was the main game that I started when I came to YouTube, and that's something that is carried on for a while. So I kept doing it. Like, I did Yoshi's Island here. I was continuing Kirby. Then I actually decided after that to start a game that I tried to start twice. I was trying to do one game, but every time I would do it, there'd always be some sort of issue, whether it be, chat being a little crazy, people coming in and trying to ruin it, all that kind of stuff. But I actually decided to go ahead, you know what? We're going to stick to it. We're not going to stop. I actually started Mario Galaxy 2 back on Halloween of 2023, but obviously because I had to stop on YouTube, I didn't play that game up until March 16th. It was probably like what? November, December, January, February, March. Like, it was 5 months. Yes, I had to count on my fingers because I can't count. But 5 months that I waited to play that game, and I finally did play it again. And Mario Galaxy 2, amazing game. I love that game so much, and I do really want to play it a lot more. I love it, and I need to go back to Galaxy 1 as well. I have so many games that I want to do. But so then we go into the new games. So there wasn't a new game at this point by Nintendo because, they just didn't have anything for the beginning of the year. But on March 23rd, 2024, I did my first stream ever of Princess Peach Showtime, which was the first new game that Nintendo had released in 2024, which was a platformer based on, of course, Princess Peach. Kind of reminiscing the Super Princess Peach from the DS era, which that game was really good, but I decided to go ahead and stream Princess Peach Showtime for the first time. So that first stream of Princess Peach Showtime was actually pretty fun. I was having a good time with it. It was a little weird. I wasn't like, my first impressions of Princess Peach Showtime weren't exactly amazing, but I did stream it a couple more times and I did really begin to realize the flaws of that game. That game is honestly very unfinished. There's lag, there's, this pacing is super slow, everything like that. And I actually didn't finish that game. That is one game that I decided, you know what, I cannot continue doing this. I was not having fun. And I was doing it obviously in the vertical format in the shorts, which was still fun. Like, I still enjoyed that, which actually something came out of that is something that not a lot of people have happened. So just want to touch on something really quick that you guys may not understand about me and my channel. I am Christian. I do believe in God. God is the one and true God. Yahweh is the one and true God. I do believe that he is necessary for my life. And it's kind of hard because normally a lot of streamers, you don't necessarily talk about religion, you don't talk about politics, you don't talk about this. It's like controversial topics. You don't necessarily want to talk about that. Myself personally, I don't actually limit myself in talking about specifically like religious beliefs. That is something on my channel that I actually do talk about. I know it's a gaming channel, so it's not necessarily considered the best place for that, but if something comes up or somebody asks for something, I am more than willing to talk about it. And during one of these Princess Peach Showtime streams, I don't remember exactly which one, but during one of these streams, I sat down for maybe like 30, 45 minutes, close to an hour, just talking about God. And I feel like that's something that not many places can do. And oftentimes when you do talk about that, you do get backlash. You do get people like not wanting to cooperate in conversation. But it's crazy to me that I think about when those things happen, there's no issues. Not a single one. The fact that I can talk about religious, like controversial beliefs and no one says a word, like no one, you know, even pays a mind to it and is willing to engage in conversation, that is pretty amazing. And I really do appreciate having the community who can do that. You guys literally are the only ones who can make that happen. And the fact that I could do that during one of those streams was pretty insane. And I absolutely love doing that. I really love to talk about that stuff. Obviously, I don't want to push it on anyone, which is why I don't necessarily initiate those conversations. It's like you guys asking a question about the Bible or asking questions about this. And I feel like when you guys engage that conversation, it makes it a lot more engaging and it makes it a lot more smooth. It makes you guys be able to ask questions. I like having that safe place where you guys can ask questions about anything. I don't want to necessarily push back on you guys saying like, oh, you can't ask this question. You can't ask this question. It's like, I don't want to do that. You know, I feel that's very wrong of me to, you know, say like, oh, you can't talk about what you believe, because then that limits you. That's me demeaning you and your personality and your, you know, understanding. And I feel like that's, you know, a wrong thing of me to do. So after that, of course, we go into probably one of my favorite streams of this entire year. Yeah, this was one of my favorite streams. On April Fool's, I decided to do something that I never do. I decided to, you know, make a funny stream. So obviously on April Fool's Day, you know, people like throw pranks at each other, do stuff like that. But I decided to do something a little different. So I made probably one of the weirdest looking streams ever. So if you guys know, I usually have like my purple stream starting soon screen with like the galaxy and the text and whatever. I went ahead and completely changed that layout. I literally made it like the ugliest yellow color I could. I put the text upside down. I literally did everything I could to make this look like one of the weirdest streams ever. But there was one thing I did that I absolutely loved, and it was insanely funny. I actually put on, oh, the green screen's on, but I put on this shirt. I put on this sweatshirt. I literally made my head look like it was floating. It was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was like one of my best ideas ever. And it has become a meme on this channel. Literally, if you guys ever want to see that, go back and watch that video, that stream. That stream is insanely funny. And I had a lot of fun doing that. So beyond that, obviously one of my favorite streams of the year, we were, you know, I was still vibing, continuing our games, continuing Mario Galaxy 2. I was also continuing Yoshi's Island quite a bit. And then I decided to start something that I wanted to do for a while. I actually started newer Super Mario Bros. DS, which if you guys know, in 2022, I actually played newer Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is considered one of the best ROM hacks ever, and I really did enjoy it. But I went ahead and played newer Super Mario Bros. DS. That game was super fun. I started that a lot. And I also was doing a couple of members only streams. So I decided to do that. I definitely want to do that again. Obviously, thank you to all the members who do support this channel. And I do want to give more content out to you guys. And I was doing that a little bit this year. I definitely want to start doing that a lot more in 2025 as well. But then I was continuing Kirby. Yeah, we just kind of continued all our stuff. Then something interesting happened. So I actually finished up Super Mario Galaxy on April 30th of this year. I was like, you know what? I want to let you guys vote for what game I do next. So I went ahead and put out a poll. Now I don't remember exactly what games were on that list. Hold on, let me actually look back. I know that there were some games on that list. So I decided to have you guys vote for 4 games that I could start on YouTube. So after doing Mario Galaxy 2, I wanted to do something else. So I went ahead and put 4 games out there. Those 4 games were Super Mario 64, New Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Sunshine, and a very oddball game, Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Now, I went ahead and put this poll out there, and from what the votes I saw in the first like 12 hours or so, Super Mario Sunshine was in the lead by a lot, and Mario Rabbids was like way at the bottom. Then all of a sudden, I get like a bunch of votes for Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And I'm like, there's no way that this many people actually want me to play this game. And so I was like, you know what? Okay, I'll still stream it though. I'll still do it. And we did that on, what day was that? That was on May 6th of 2024. Now, that stream was honestly okay. I don't want to say like, oh, it was the worst stream ever. I actually still had a little bit of fun with that game, but it is a turn-based strategy game, and that's honestly not my favorite kind of game. I'm not a super big RPG guy and a super big turn-based strategy person, but I played that game and I was like, it's okay. I mean, I had already played it before, but it's just like, it's not amazing. It's okay, but I mean, I just decided, you know what, I don't think enough people want to see this, and I actually ended up scratching that. I decided, you know what, I'm actually going to start a different game eventually. I wouldn't start a new game for a little while, but yeah, I was just like, you know what, we're done with that. So I actually did start something new though that I am still doing today. I started a Mario Kart Wii mod called Mario Kart Wii Deluxe, which is a Mario Kart mod that recreates every Mario Kart track in Mario Kart Wii. And I had a lot of fun doing that. I actually did that way back in 2022, but I ended up stopping that super quick. I don't know why I did. I just didn't feel like doing Mario Kart at that point, but I decided, you know what, I want to do that. And I did the first stream, had a lot of fun with it, and I am still doing that mod to this day. It is a very long mod and we're not even close to being done. So you guys will be seeing that a lot more in 2025. A lot of stuff happened. But we also did a couple streams of a game that I feel like is not really talked about anymore, Suika game. It's a like sort of like physics Tetris based game, which is super fun. I really enjoy Suika, but it definitely, nobody really plays it anymore. I may still like do a couple streams here and there. It's a really fun, chill game to play, and I had a lot of fun with it. So we did that. I did those in the shorts feed, and we actually had quite a few people come from those, and those are super fun. I wouldn't mind doing those again, but we ended up coming around the time in May where Thousand Year Door came out. The Thousand Year Door remake, which is considered one of the best Paper Mario games and RPGs in general of all time. And I'm not, again, like I said, I'm not a big RPG person. I don't really like RPGs. I'm more fast-paced action platformers. Those are my favorite. That's why I love 2D Mario. That's why I love games like Celeste, Hollow Knight, all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to give Thousand Year Door a chance. So I did end up buying the physical copy of that game, and I played it, I think it was on release? I don't remember. I mean, it's weird because they were releasing games on Thursday, which kind of sucks for me. It's definitely not convenient, but I decided to stream Thousand Year Door, and I did have fun with it. I actually did have a good time. Now, at this time, I wasn't super confident in the performance of my channel because of how many different things I was doing. I was sort of in a place where I didn't know what I wanted to do with my channel. I was kind of stuck. I was just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing, which actually during this time, I decided to do something that I don't know if I necessarily regret doing it, but it definitely did take a lot of energy out of me. So I never have been super consistent with videos on this channel. Long form videos are something that have always been sort of a struggle for me. I never really understood what to do with them, how often to do them, what should I cover with them. I was mostly into live streams and shorts creating. So doing that, I was like, I don't know necessarily what I want to do with videos, and I decided to take an influence from one of my friends who does like, you know, Mario Kart videos, and I was like, you know what, why don't I try this out? So I decided to, you know, go ahead and do a series of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe time trials where I would choose a random combo and try to beat every staff ghost in the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I had a lot of fun doing this series. I think it was a really good time. I don't necessarily regret doing it, but I will be honest, it did not fit my channel at all. Those videos did not perform very well. Not a lot of people really watched them. Like, yeah, there was engagement. Y'all did watch the videos. Like, for those of you who did watch the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe time trial series, I thank you so much. Like, I really do appreciate it. I was uploading those videos twice a week, every week that series lasted from March 11th until, let me see where the last video was. The last video was in May, or I think it's in May or June. Yeah, the last video ended up being on May 31st. And so I did that series until it was done with 150cc. And like some of those videos did kind of do pretty well, like 400 views, you know, pretty good. But most of the videos did not do that well at all. Considering I've had videos that have gotten in the couple thousands of views, 100 views is nothing compared to that. And at the time, I was very focused on the numbers. I was very focused on trying to grow my channel, trying to, you know, get everything up and trying to go crazy with videos and stuff and trying to up the sub count and whatever, but I feel like I was definitely in the wrong mindset. I wasn't necessarily doing it for fun. I was doing it for the numbers. And I feel like that's a struggle that a lot of creators have. They, you know, just do it to get clout, to do it to earn money, you know, all that stuff. And so I was definitely in that time where I'm like, I don't really care what, I just want something to work. And I was trying to do something that doesn't fit my channel to work. And so I actually ended up cutting all sorts of series videos. I recently did try to come back with it again, but I just know that series type videos aren't necessarily the best on my channel. And I feel like I can do a lot better with the standalone videos that I do with like Mario Kart mods and Mario Wii mods and like challenges and speed runs and all that stuff. I feel like I do a lot better with those sorts of videos than I do with the videos that I was trying to do back in May and in April, whatever. And so I did end up cutting that series. I'm glad I did. That was the best decision I could have ever made. And I ended up coming back with, you know, the normal types of videos I do, which before we continue on with that, I know I was talking about Thousand Year Door. I'll get back to the streams in a second. It's a little confusing because I have my video, you know, there's 3 types of content. There's videos, there's shorts, and there's lives. And so a lot of different things were happening with all these different types of content. And so it's hard for me to like necessarily explain every single one of these. So I was also doing a lot of shorts at the time, which by the way, when I used to do shorts, they used to get like 1,000 views, 100 views, 200 views. Like my shorts used to do absolutely terrible because I didn't know how to do shorts properly. But I feel like especially like late 2023, early 2024, I have learned how to do shorts pretty well. And this year definitely was one of my best years in shorts. I'm not going to necessarily highlight every single one, but I did do like this series of ranking stuff with memes. If you guys remember that trend, that was pretty fun. But the thing is it was kind of stale. I did it for a while. I did net quite a few subscribers from that, but honestly, they didn't really benefit the channel very much. But I do want to go to one thing that I still can't believe to this day. I uploaded a short on August 11th of 2024 of me ranking every single new Super Mario Bros. Game. And so I ranked them in order of what I prefer. And I'll just say this was probably one of the most shocking videos of my entire career. I uploaded this, like I said, on August 11th of 2024. Now, in the first 24 hours of the video being up, it got 11.8 thousand views. Now that's actually really good considering most of my shorts usually gain around a couple to few thousand in the first day. 11,000 views in the first day is very impressive. But the crazy part is it didn't stop there. I was like, you know, most of my shorts usually gain traction for a couple days and they stop. And so I was like, okay, that's actually really good. I was super happy with that. But in the first like week, it got like way more. It was really insane. Now, if I do this, I'm trying to look at my analytics right. So yeah, I uploaded this on August 11th. So on August 18th, it had 21,000 views. The views practically doubled from the first day in the first week, which again, absolutely insane. But it didn't stop there. On September, let's just say September 11th, a month later, 50,000 views. Now, again, 50,000 views was more than my most popular short before that, which was like 28,000 views. I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Well, a month later, we go to October 11th, 73,000 views. I don't know what happened, but like it just kept going and going and going. And I was like, is this short ever gonna stop? I'm like, I've never seen a short like get this many views. And it was something that was like insane to me. I'm like, I put a lot of effort into this video. Don't get me wrong. Like I did put quite a bit of effort into the editing, into the gameplay. I did record all the gameplay. I had to put all the subtitles, but like I didn't expect it to go this crazy. But since that day, it just kept going and going. And right now, as of the time of recording this video, it is sitting at 109,828 views. I don't understand. Like, I never thought ever that I'd get a video to hit 100,000 views, even a short or a regular form video or whatever. But 100,000 views is pretty insane to me. And it's still going. Like, it is still being viewed by a lot of people. It's gotten like 2,000 views in the last 2 days. It's pretty insane. And honestly, I don't know what to say. It makes me feel like I know what I'm doing with shorts, but there's so much more I have to learn. It's like, you guys may think that my shorts are great, but trust me, in the next year, they're going to be improved a lot more because I just know there's so much more I can do with these shorts. To have a short get over 100,000 views is pretty insane to me. So that happened this year, which that only happened just recently. That happened in the last month. In December, that's when it hit 100,000 views. So That's pretty insane. But back to the stream. So like I said, I was starting 1,000 Year Door, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really have a lot of fun with it. I played, I did 3 streams of it, or 4 streams of it, and I was like, you know what? It's okay. I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna stop this series. I feel like, again, viewership was kind of low, so I was like, and at this time, I wasn't necessarily confident in what I wanted to do with my channel. So seeing the views being a lot lower than average, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and stop the series. The last 2 streams got under 200 views, which is much under my average at that point. So I was like, you know what? We're gonna stop. And so actually, this was just before the June Nintendo Direct, and normally, with the Nintendo Directs, I would react by myself. I've only done 1 reaction to a Nintendo Direct, which was in September of 2023. And that was fun. Don't get me wrong. But obviously it's early in the morning. I am like insanely tired. I'm in Pacific time zone. So the Directs are like insanely early because Nintendo has to put their stuff early. But I did something that I never done before. I got one of my friends, Purple Phoenix, to do a collab reaction to the June Nintendo Direct. And I'm gonna be honest, that was probably the best decision I ever made. That stream was super fun. I had a lot of fun reacting to it with her, and I honestly want to do something like that in the future. I feel like, you know, don't get me wrong, the Nintendo Directs are great, and the June Nintendo Direct actually was a pretty solid Direct. This last year, we all thought it was going to be like the most crappy thing ever, and then they start with Mario and Luigi, so it's like, you know, it's pretty crazy. But that was a lot of fun. I had a super fun time doing that, and I do plan on doing that again. But the day after, I did something that is still going on to this day, and something that is probably going to carry on for quite a while. I started a Super Mario 3D World co-op playthrough with Purple Phoenix, and we've had so many fun moments during those streams, and it's something that it's a little different than normal because I do collabs with people sometimes, but honestly, collabs on the channel are very, very, very rare. I don't really do them because I want to do it with people who, you know, I trust, people who, you know, bring value to the channel. And I did a collab with Purple Phoenix, and that was honestly a lot of fun. And that's something we've been doing. We did, you know, every few weeks up until August, and then we had to stop, but we are going to be continuing that very, very soon, so that'll be a lot of fun. But honestly, that was like one of the best decisions I ever made. Again, at this point, I didn't know what to do with my channel, and even during this time while we were doing those, I was kind of discouraged because I don't want to necessarily go into too much detail, but more or less my streams were doing less than hers. So I was sort of in this moment where I'm like, why am I doing this? You know, why am I streaming my end if no one's gonna watch me? So I was sort of in this discouraging moment where I'm like, oh, my audience is being taken away from me. Oh, no one wants to watch me anymore. Oh, this, oh, that. And this mindset carried for months. It carried up until probably a few months ago. I was just in a very down state at the middle of 2024 where I literally did not know what I wanted to do with my channel. I didn't want to stream. I still did. Like, I still streamed, but there were times where I'm like, why am I doing this? I really don't want to do this anymore. I was like, this is taking a toll on my life. I was just starting my second semester of college, or not second semester, second year of college. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. I was so discouraged to the point where I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore, but I still pushed through. We still did a lot more streams then. I did more. Obviously, I was continuing my series. I did newer Super Mario Bros. DS, Mario Kart Wii Deluxe. Like, we were still doing those streams. I didn't stop streaming. I was still having, a little bit of fun. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I was completely discouraged, but I was still having a little bit of fun. But there was this one stream that I did of Kirby on June 27th of 2024 that kind of turned my entire perspective. So at the time, I was still doing Kirby. I was still doing other games besides Mario. But at that point, I was like, you know what? That stream did honestly pretty bad. It was like very low performing in comparison to my other streams. And I was like, you know what? No more anything else. We're going to stick to strictly Mario, and that's what we're going to carry on going forward. And so I did. Every stream I did was of Mario. So I actually ended up stopping Mario Kart Wii Deluxe for a while. I wanted to focus strictly on like 2D Mario. So I was doing newer Super Mario Bros. DS. I was still doing Yoshi's Island by this point. Again, Yoshi's Island is a very long series. It took me 8 months to do, but yeah, we ended up continuing everything else. We continued, obviously, and then I actually brought back Super Mario Maker 2, a game that started my channel pretty much. I brought that back and that was the best decision I ever made. Mario Maker 2 is actually my favorite Switch game of all time. I love that game so much. I've played the heck out of that game, probably a little bit too much than I should, but it is super fun. And I'm so glad that I brought that game back. But at this point, I was like, you know what? My videos are lacking on the channel. So like I said, I stopped the time trial series that I was doing on May 31st of 2024. So I actually didn't stop there. I wanted to still try to do video series. I was like, you know what? We're gonna try to do something else. So I actually decided to do a online VR grinding challenge where I had to play with one hand. Now that was super fun. I actually had a lot of fun doing that. Basically, I would set my control on the table and play like this. It was super fun. Don't get me wrong. But just like my other series, it wasn't performing very well. And I also did a CTGP star rank challenge where I had to try to beat the GPs just getting star rank. Again, those took a toll on me because, oh my gosh, CTGP is insanely difficult. And so I was like, you know what? No more series. We're done. And this is where the massive shift on my channel with video content took a turn for seriously the better, like insanely much better. And so I decided I'm gonna take one of my speed runs that I did of New Super Mario Bros. Wii and make it all about Windy hating me. If you guys know on this channel, you guys have seen many times that Windy Koopa hates me. In Mario Bros. Wii, that boss fight always kills me. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make a funny video about that. And I did a video, which was Mario Bros. Wii speedrun, but Windy hates me. And that video did a lot better than pretty much every single one of my time trials videos. Sitting at almost 500 views, engagement was super high. I was like, you know what? I think I figured it out. I need to go back to the videos that I was doing before. Since then, it has been so much better. I have had a lot more fun making videos, and I'm not necessarily stressed about getting them out on a certain time. I don't necessarily look at like, oh, I have to get it out by this day and this day and this day and this day. I don't even worry about it. All I do is I just upload it whenever I can. And honestly, I have a lot more fun because I'm not necessarily worried or stressed about getting a video out on a certain time. And a lot of these videos have done a lot better. And I've had one of my best performing videos, which was a Mario Kart Wii DS mod I did called Mario Kart Wii Nitro Revolution. Has over 5,000 views, the most popular video on my channel. Well, the second most popular, because I had another video that like went crazy and got like 6,000 views. So, but yeah, I was a lot more confident in the videos that I was doing, and I still am to this day. I'm having a lot more fun making these videos, and so you guys will definitely see the video content going up next year, and the quality is going to be raised quite a bit. But going back to the streams, like I said, I was sort of in July, I was sort of not very confident in what I was in June I was not very confident in what I was doing, but then I decided to go back to Mario, and so I was doing that through July, and then August is when I started doing the videos, and that was going really well. So everything was going pretty well. And on July 25th 2024, I had finally reached 3,000 subscribers. Now, for a while, I was really stuck where I was sub count wise. If I go look at my analytics and see when I hit 2,000 subscribers, it was a very, very long time when I hit 3K. So let me go back and see. So if I look at my sub count right now, so I reached 2,000 subscribers in December of 2023. So whenever I reached 3,000 subscribers on July 25th, it was 6 months. Now, that doesn't sound like a long time. And it honestly, to me, it felt like such a long time just because of how discouraged I was with everything. I was like, you know what? I'm seeing this person and this person and this person and this person like go like crazy with all like with their sub count and whatever. And like they were getting a lot of attention and they're growing like crazy. But I don't know. It just felt like to me at that point, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of down in the dumps. I'm not, getting a lot. But honestly, it was a lot. I actually was getting a lot of attention. The fact that I even got 3,000 subscribers in like 6 months. It doesn't sound like to y'all, that probably sounds like really amazing. But to me at that point, I was like, I feel like I could do better. And that was my issue. I feel like I was never satisfied with what I had at the time 6 months ago. I was always worried about, oh, how can I do better? Which that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to necessarily be like, oh, how can I improve this? That's always good. You always want to improve. But the way I was looking at it was, oh, I know I could do better. I know I could get I know I could get 1,000 subscribers in less than 6 months, which that wasn't a good mindset to have. I was sort of discouraging myself because I wasn't necessarily looking at what the content was. I wasn't necessarily looking at the content and saying, oh, how can I improve my content? I was sort of just doing the same thing and hoping that, you know, it would get better. But by this point, I hit 3,000 subscribers and I was like, you know what? I think we can go better than this. And I think I can improve my mindset a lot better. So I actually did a 3,000 subscriber special with Marbles Wii. I tried to be New Super Marbles Wii 100% all in one stream. And that was one of the most tiring streams, but one of the best I had ever done. I streamed for 9 hours. That was 3 hours longer than my longest ever live stream at the time, which was 6 hours was the longest I had done, which was on my birthday stream in 2023. So the fact that I did 9 hours was pretty insane, and that was a really fun stream. And I feel like that stream sort of showed me that I have support. That stream showed me that people are here for a reason and that you guys are here to support me in what I want to do in this channel. And that really showed me that right there was the turning point. That 3,000 subscriber special really did impact me a lot. It really showed me that you guys are here to support, and that my channel was not dead. My channel was not gonna go down in the dumps. I wasn't gonna, be all emotional and stuff. That really showed me right there that I can do this. And from that point on, the channel was actually doing really well. I started Mario Odyssey because if you guys remember, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle didn't go so well, so I decided to continue Mario Odyssey, which I am still doing that to this day, and that series has been really fun. I also revamped my memberships where you guys could pay extra for different perks. And so one of my perks was the $25 tier member can request a stream that I do every single month. And so I ended up doing that during this time. So I did a couple of those streams. I did World of Light, I did Brawl Stars, I did Mario Kart Wii. I've done all this kind of stuff. I've done crazy things with that. And it's been super fun. I really love that, you guys can support the channel a bit more and I can give back to you. And that's what I really wanted to do. And so I also did my early birthday stream on September 2nd. So my actual birthday is September 7th, but I wasn't able to stream that day due to it being a weekend and we were doing something with my family. So I decided to do something a little bit different. I did an early birthday stream on Labor Day. That was super fun. Again, a 6-hour stream, so I was used to it by that point because I did a 9-hour stream. So that was super fun. And then I ended up starting another series, Mario Party 9, and I also I started another ROM hack called Blue Mario Bros. 3, which actually birthed one of the most insane streams on my channel. So in 2022, which I'm actually going to cover this in a future video. In 2022, I went from like 300 to 1,000 subscribers in a matter of a couple months. And my streams were getting like a couple thousand views a stream. But this series, Blue Mario Bros. 3, birthed one of the craziest streams on my entire channel. On October 23rd, we're skipping ahead a little bit here, I got almost 10,000 views in a stream. Now, this was in the Vertical Shorts live stream sort of thing. And if you guys know, these streams can sometimes go a little crazy. And I had that happen. I got almost 10,000 views. And I was just like looking at it. And there was like 100 people in stream. And I'm just like, wait, what's going on? I was actually so confused. I was like, why are there 100 people and me playing a weird ROM hack? And I was just like, okay, this is kind of crazy. I was looking at that point and I was like, this is really fun. And I was actually having a good time. And I wasn't necessarily looking at the viewer count. I'm just having fun. And that's the thing, is it wasn't even worried about how many people were in stream. It was just, I'm having fun. And that's all that mattered. The thing is like, all I need to do is have fun and people will watch. If I'm not having fun, I know viewers can tell if the streamer is not having fun. You can see it. So that ended up happening, but backtracking a little bit here, I actually ended up finally finishing Yoshi's Island on October 12th of 2024. Remember, February 12th is when I started, October 12th is when I finished. 8 months that I did that game, and I finally finished that game. And Yoshi's Island was literally the reason I came back to the channel. I did a YouTube Shorts live stream doing Yoshi's Island, and I did that ever since. And that series was super fun, and that was literally the reason I came back to YouTube. But then we had Super Mario Party Jamboree come out, and I'm gonna be honest, this kind of blew me out of the water a little bit, because normally whenever I do new games on this channel, it doesn't seem like they all do all too well. Normally, less people are there because of spoilers, or less people are there because of, other things. But I actually was pleasantly surprised by how well this stream did, because normally I don't have that many people in my stream. Normally I have like 10, 15 people in my stream if I'm doing a new game, but I had like 25, 30 people. Now that doesn't sound like a lot, but at the time that felt like a lot to me because I wasn't used to having this many people during a new game. And so I was having a lot of fun with Mario Party Jamboree. And at this point I couldn't play online because this current Switch that I have, this one right here, cannot go online anymore. I actually had to buy a new Switch OLED, which is sitting in my dock over here. I had to buy a new Switch OLED eventually because this Switch couldn't play online. So I actually couldn't play with viewers, but me doing that, I was like, oh, no one's gonna show up, no one's gonna be here, but people did. And that shows me that people like me for who I am, or like my content for what it is. And that really gave me a sense of confidence in what I can do with the channel. I was like, you know what, now I can do it. Now I can pretty much do anything and people will show up. Honestly, this mindset has carried me till now. And there's a lot more stuff happened since then. We've been doing a lot of fun stuff. I've been doing collabs, I've been doing that, been continuing Mario Party 9, I've been doing all that stuff, but I really wanted to wrap this video up right here. We're actually recording for about 50 minutes, which is a lot longer than I thought this video was going to be. But honestly, my biggest lesson this year, at least in regards to YouTube, is just having fun. I feel like, especially throughout the first half of this year, I was coming off of a horrible 2023. 2023 was probably one of the hardest years of my life. Not in just the sense of YouTube, but in the sense of my actual life with friendships and stuff. I was having a really hard time. But coming out of that into the last half of this year, has been one of the most fun years ever. Fun parts ever. I had so much fun streaming. I really wanted to stream and all that stuff. Obviously, you know, every once in a while I sort of had a discouragement or whatever, but that just happens. That's normal. And the last half of this year, it really just showed me that having fun is all that matters. Even now, I may look at the numbers and see them, but when I look at them, I'm not necessarily discouraged. Okay, if a stream gets 200 views, yeah, okay, that's under average. But I look at the general sense. 250 views is probably a lot for someone. That could be holy moly, that's amazing. And then I look at that and I'm like, oh, that's horrible. And it's the fact that I think of it like that, it just really opens my eyes that I'm very fortunate for what I have and what God has given me and the platform that God has given me to speak to people and to lighten people's day. That's all I want to do here whenever I upload content, whether I stream, whether I post a short, whether I post a video, whether I make a post, whether I do this, whether I do that. I just want to brighten your day. And that's what I really care about. And this year has really showed me what it means to just have fun. It can be very hard sometimes because I may look at the numbers and oh, my streams aren't doing as well. Oh, this and that, but so what? You guys are still here. The people who are still watching, the people who are watching this video, if you're sticking here till the end, I appreciate it. The fact that you're even sticking this long is pretty insane. I really do appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you leaves a like, everyone who views, who chats, who subscribes, who even just lurks in the streams, even if you just watch the streams just to watch the streams or the videos or whatever. I really appreciate it because it just shows me that you guys care. And that's a big thing with me. I tend to, overthink things. I tend to think, oh, people don't care, but I really do. And I really want to see, I just really want to see a happy face on you guys. Now, there are times where I'll be in a bad mood. There's times where I'll be, sort of rude. There's sometimes where I'll act out on stream when I'm not supposed to. I've had those moments happen so many times this year. But every time I look back at it, I'm like, it's okay. We all make mistakes. Even if I do it out on stream, that doesn't make me, a horrible person. It doesn't. And I realize that. I often beat myself up when those things happen, but having friends there who encourage me, you guys know who you are. I thank you for being there. And I really do appreciate it because it's a hard thing sometimes when other people are being successful and you feel like you're not, but you really are. I'm looking back at all my streams recently. They are very successful to me. And maybe not compared to someone else, they aren't, but comparison is not okay. Comparison is very dangerous because you may be doing well in your own regard, but when it comes to someone else, you're not. So I just want to leave this video off with the last thing. Coming 2025, I definitely want to focus on just having more fun. I don't want to necessarily be stuck to just one thing. Obviously, Mario is always going to be the main focus of this channel, but I do want to focus on other stuff as well. I don't necessarily want to lock myself to one thing, and I just want to have fun. I really just want to give you guys quality content to enjoy, to laugh at, to roast me at, because I'm pretty easily roastable. There's a lot of things I do that are dumb. So I really appreciate every single one of you for watching this video. I appreciate every single one of you for subscribing to the channel, liking whatever. I do really appreciate all the support you guys have given me this last year, but you guys may be seeing a full YouTube review coming soon. So while this video is almost an hour long, well, at least in terms of recording, this is just the beginning. We have a lot more to go, and I honestly can't wait for it. But thank you all so much for watching. I do really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.